culture for you guys and a great atmosphere where you can do your thing. And so that's why we have those two ladies here next to us.
Okay, let's start. So let's indeed talk about the Happy Humans initiative. We have a few questions for you, just to refresh something. So first question, a couple of months ago, we brought Pink River on board as a partner to support us in this exercise. Can you once again tell us why?
Yes, the answer is twofold. First of all, we already had the culture within the value chain to empower the employees, and we don't like to push decisions top down in the organization, but we really like that the organization works on ideas and on new initiatives to improve our organization. And as I said before, Kanglu, I think exactly the same as us. But if we, and then I have to look at the value chain because I can't speak for the Kanglu part in the past, but if we look at how we did that, it was always very good, but it was difficult to get it exactly to the finish line. So we, at a certain moment in time, jokingly, we called ourselves the world champions of the semi-finished products. So that was, for us, that was one key thing where we needed external help. And then on the other hand, that was more gut feeling, and we felt that we had on the one hand a gap between the sales and delivery that for me was growing too strong, and on the other hand, the gap towards our customer was also becoming too big. And then via I came into touch with Leysen, and when we started discussing about those things, I really liked her approach with the infinity and where she combines the employee and the customer success part. So that's where it all came from.
Can you then maybe explain in a few words how we want to implement this approach of Pink River and how we will try to do this within the company?
Thank you already, Caroline, for saying we, because I think that's the key part of it. Pink River, they call themselves River Sherpas, and that's what they do, they guide us, but it's our show, it's your show, and we have to implement this, their ideas, their best practices, in a way that we think that fits our company. So that's important, that they are there to guide us and to help us a little bit, but it's us, it's we that have to do the things we think we need to. And how will we do that? We will work on two pillars, in fact. The first is the Happy Humans. I have to see that I don't, because I know who will be the next speaker, I have to see that I don't say too much. So that's the Happy Humans. They will work on employee success. They have now nominated 3 topics. They have champions for each of those topics. And Caroline and Elke, I have to thank them. They are the CI coaches. I'm starting to learn the right terminology already. So CI stands for continuous improvement. So these are smaller groups, and they have, for each of the 3 groups, you have 2 responsible. And Elke and Caroline, they are the coaches of those CI champions. And the idea is that Pink River helps us to find a way of working that suits the organization, but very soon they will be out of the picture, and then it's up to Elke and Caroline to further guide the CI champs. And then on the other hand, on the customer part, we have been doing quite a lot of workshops, and as I stated before, Geert has accepted a challenging role within the organization. It's to see how can we get the customer more in the center of our organization, how can we improve different processes, different teams, different way of working to make sure that we even serve our customers better. Because if we do that in a better way, that creates a multitude of opportunities for each and every one of you. So, sorry for my too long answer.
No problem. You already shared some information also in this presentation about the 4 strategic pillars. Can you maybe, in short, once again explain what this is all about and how this is related to Pink River and the Happy Humans?
You said in short? Okay, I will give it a try. If we're talking about top employer, I think we were quite convinced that we were doing a good job, but there is always a better way. People who run around in the office of Atlas Copco often see there is always a better way, and that was the same as we thought about what we were doing there. To put it very simple, I think we are very happy with a number of things that were working, but we also saw that a number of things were not going in the right way, and for that reason we thought that top employer, or becoming a top employer, was definitely a very important aspect to make the circle go round. And what we wanted to do, a few ideas that we had at that moment in time was making sure that what we already built up would be cultivated. Was an important aspect. We wanted to give the people the opportunity to grow. And most of all, we want to also make sure that there were a number of things that there was room for improvement to make a number of processes run better, so we had to move towards operational excellence. So that's, in a few words, what that is about. The next one that is on the list is the customer obsession. That's a strange word, maybe obsession, but that's what we really wanted to become obsessed with how our customer think, to give also the customer the feeling that we were doing things with him that he had never seen before, and to make sure that also the customer got obsessed by us, and to make it a bidirectional process, and to again get that thing round and round. Then the next one is then about the offering and focus. As I already mentioned, we have also made quite some steps there, and the main idea is to make sure that we achieve things that are internally an additional goal, but also externally. And that's why I explained before what ICM is doing and how this opens up opportunities for us, but also for customers. Then the last one on the list is the partnership and M&A. And if you look at your shirt, you already see what has been changing in 2022. So that was one step on how we can get closer to our wet dream at 100. And that's one of the things that we want to see there. That's definitely about M&A in that case. On the other hand, we have also achieved a number of partnerships last year. I'm not going to go into detail on all of them, but mainly as a major goal to bring us the possibility to give the customer a one-stop shop, to make sure that it doesn't need to go somewhere else, that we can bring it all to him, if it is within our line of business. Short, huh?
Yeah, okay, it's fine. I think this already brings us to the last question. If you could really dream big, what would you love to accomplish?
I'm not going to answer.
We've been saying for a couple of years that we are going to play golf. It has never happened, and I don't think it will happen very soon. No, I think have, first of all, happy employees. I want to have this room to be too small, to have all happy and smiling faces, have the customers in line, waiting to be served by us. That will be a really nice one. An empowered organization, where the ideas come from within the organization. That's what we dream about.
Great, sounds very promising.
And the rest we can't tell.
Thank you, Dieter and Ivan.
Thank you both of you for your commitment.
So now Jonas, one of our happy humans, will tell you a little bit more about our way of working.
We hit a Y, but there were more W's. So maybe Lawrence, do you know one more? Who? It is us, the happy humans. We can all be part of it. At this moment it are just, I think, 27 people, but all of you can share and can add some more power to it. XW, Andrew. What? Very good. It is an Let me think, yeah. So it is an initiative by Dieter and Ivan. And we are currently working on 3 topics, being feedback management, work-life balance, and smooth integration. But after me, those 3 topics will be talked about much more. Siebe, the last W.
Where?
Where? Well, it started in the series, but since it's too complicated to get everybody each week in the series, we do it via Teams. And there's a new way of working. Teams it is. And then there is another W. When? On a weekly basis. Very simple. And then there is the how. How did it all start? Well, I think Pink River was already mentioned. So they had a couple of interviews in the beginning with some people among us. They started with a session with people that were selected by randomness, let's say. And we picked 3 goals. The feedback management, balance, and smooth integration. And that's how it started. And how are we doing it now? Well, very simple. Like I told you, on a weekly basis with the same people. And we work like Kanban. We have things to do, things we're working on, things that are done. It's very clear, it's very simple. And we like you to have on board. So, shout out to everyone. Please join.
I would like to now invite the 3 CI champions of the 3 teams that Jonas just talked about, and they are going to give you some insights of what they have been doing already, what they have accomplished, and what they will be working on in the future. So I think Laurens start.
In our group, so we are divided into 3 groups that work on each topic. In our group, we work on the work-life balance. It's a very difficult topic because for every person, it's very personal. What is your work-life balance and how do you cooperate with it? So that's why we also need your voice in this one to help us giving ideas. How can we improve the work-life balance of each one of you to make it a better place for everyone, to keep working at the value chain that you like to work in the tempo that you are used to and that you love to work. It's different for every one of you, so we need your voice in this one.
Everyone, so tonight here I'm representing the Smoothies. What are we actually? We're a nice mix of people from different units working all together to accomplish one of our core values, one team, one chain. And to do that, actually, we want to achieve smooth integration between the people from both companies, Kangaroo and the value chain, so that everyone gets to know each other, but also the processes, the structure, and the organizations. We've been working behind the scenes already quite some time ago already. You have seen the communications about what's going to happen after January 2023. You will receive much more communication from management coming soon. Next to that, we are also working on some practicalities. You also might have seen on my chain a lot of posts that Sophie did, so big thank you for Sophie on that. So we posted a lot of practicalities, like how can I order lunch when I'm at the different offices, where can I park, and also what's the Wi-Fi here, like practicalities like that. We have much more on our plates, of course. We want to emphasize much more the DNA of our company, and therefore we also need you guys. So if you have new ideas, if you want to join us, just contact us. Elke Provost also, Caroline, myself, mail.
What did we do within the feedback management? That was the first feedback to you, Dieter and Ivan, by the way. But in the feedback team, what we basically did is we touched on 2 subjects. One is that we want to make available to all of the employees the possibility to provide feedback. In order to do that, we have to take a few technical hurdles. As you know, we're all in IT, so we think we can solve problems by just providing tools. And so what we will do is we will roll out an existing tool at Kangaroo, which is called Spider. Don't be afraid, ladies. But the idea is that on regular frequency, you will have service, and please take a little bit of time, even if it's your private time, to answer those surveys. If you don't give us an answer, if you don't give us the input, we will not know what bothers you, what you want to be improved within the organization. That is chapter 1. Chapter 2 is then that feedback is not always top-down or bottom-up. It can also be peer-to-peer. And therefore, we will start early next year another initiative, which is called Thumbs Up. And what we ask you is, with regular frequency, you will receive a small mail, and we will ask you, okay, just give us a short mail of 3, 4, 5 sentences to say, this colleague of mine has given me a help. It does not have to be a big thing. We're not talking about going live on projects, because that only happens once a year or something like that if you're on a project. Just, I had a big issue, I talked to a colleague, he helped me, and so on. Just give him a thumbs up. We will collect all that information, and with regular frequency, we will then also inform you about the best thumbs ups that we have received. And every quarter, we will go in Ivan's desk, take a bottle of champagne of the quarter.
It's just everybody, all of us, that can contribute to being a top employer. And the first 3 topics are these ones you see here behind me, but there are a lot of other topics that we can tackle. Some of them are already defined by a couple of interviews that Pink River held during this summer, but you can all have a vote in the future on what the topics will be that we will tackle next. So you can expect somewhere next year a survey of something like that to vote on the next topics. And please, if you think okay, this is something that I want to contribute to, I want to have a voice, I want to put an effort in this being a top employer, sure that you contact myself or Elke or somebody of the CI champions that you just saw. And we will also have some onboarding moments once or twice a year. We still need to figure out the details so that you can properly, thank you, onboard in this way of working, and that you know you can contribute to this nice initiative.